Today I have engaged in theft, I have engaged in manipulation, and I have engaged in deception, fraud. How? As you can see, I have announced Dash to sell it at $133, 25%. If you knew my entry, you also will know how much I have bought. That was a large amount. But because I changed my mindset to understand that taking more than we give is the mindset of the selfish, and marketing is simply presenting something to be more valuable than it is, and the real cost of money, 470 trillion in global net worth, American dollars, divided by the global population that is estimated around 8.2 billion people worldwide. Those are your versions. If we divide it, the reality only shows us that there is about $57,000 for each. That means per $1 million in net worth, I contributed to the unaliving, the direct starvation of 17.5 people. By that, I am guilty of charge. I have committed in grave sins. I am here directly the cause of people suffering. If we are looking to liquid funds, cash or bank funds, there is only 40 trillion in estimate global American value, cash or liquid on the bank. That means per $100,000 in cash or liquid, it's the same math. 17.5 people, their equal share is stripped away, is now in our possession. That is the zero-sum game the government is ruling by. They will tell you there is nothing such like winners and losers. The reality is different. They will call you there is something else, wealth creation, by the term of fractional reserve banking, a deceptive term to tell you the bank believes no one will simultaneously cash out their money, so why not creating a debt they never can back up, created out of thin air, in the hopes if no one cashes out their full funds, that by that means the person will be capable to pay them back the loan that they in the first place never had. They never had that money. And by that, pay them also the interest rate taken from the populace. In other words, we are stripping away the money, and it just channels to what? To the banks in their possession. And we are ending back on the same math. So to those 17.5 people, I don't know who you are, probably somewhere around the world right now, considering will anyone help you and save you. I am sorry, there is no one today that is speaking out. I didn't have seen anyone that is trying to make even the effort to highlight in what conditions you are left. You are now left behind to have two options. Mimic what we have done and go pass this burden upon others, so other people must starve, or you take the hit and starve morally. And I will be honest, I cannot allow you to starve morally. I only will ask you, please speak out. I don't want anyone to harm, and I will not make that decision for anyone. This is a morally extremely hard decision. So let's talk about how I have stolen today money, how much I have successfully stolen, how much I have deceived, and then let's talk about how I have committed a direct betrayal to my own moral codes, and how I have directly contributed to even more harm just based on my automated pilot, where my mirror neurons conditioned within a society of a nation of workers still had taken an action before I could actually think with more clarity. So I have sold 25% of my crypto holdings. At this moment, from 5,700 coins in total in Dash, after the amount of spendings I have done, I am right now left with about 180 tokens in total. What does it mean? 25% of that coins, that is about 40 coins that I have sold, and that gave me around $6,000 back from the total amount of funds. As you know correctly, I had invested around $200,000. That $200,000, if I would have been not giving more than I just needed for my own survival, that would have meant I would have made a beautiful amount of profit, knowing that my entry price was estimated around $37, and of course a little bit lower, but around $35 to $37 I have bought in average. And so with $133 today, you can already make the math where I should have been. Yet, my choice, I do not regret it, because the lives we have helped to stand on their feet, they would have been lost. The ripples we have sent, they would have been vanished, and the people wouldn't have seen a different reality, a different understanding, and by that we wouldn't have had any seeds during 2025 that could have the potential to nurture a reality where we are all uplifted. So 2024 and 2025, I believe it was worth it to go the other direction, and I do not regret my choice, but I regret the choice I have done today. So let's explain. After selling successfully about $6,000, so that meant I have stolen from people that have lost their money in the market, successfully with my knowledge, by sticking by reason, I have successfully stolen $6,000. That is not profits, it's called theft. Theft. Profit is theft. It doesn't care how legally we try to frame it, it is called being a thief. Then after that, what did I have done? My deception. Look to the deception that I have committed. I wasn't intended to actually buy or engage in anything of profit seeking. If I give money, I will make sure I tell to those people I do not expect it back. They can do what they want, but I consider it the person was just in need, and I just gave them the money so that they might have somebody in their life that shows them a different way of thinking, because I was a scammer in the past, I was a thief in the past, and as of today I am again a thief, and even a bigger thief, because what did I do? I went on automated pilot, as I do not trust USDT at all. I have no trust in the dollar, because USDT, as we can know, Luna has had their own stablecoin and it crashed in 2022. So do we want to risk that again? I don't want to risk that again. I don't want to risk that part. So because I do not want to risk this part, what do we have now? We have a choice to hedge it. But look how I have deceived even the entire reality, the entire world and myself. As you know, there is about $6,000. I only needed to put a small part into a stable, into other coins, just in case if the USDT collapses, that I still have a hedge to have the other coins, so I did not yet lost everything. And if those other coins have a small potential for still increasing in value, this could make it back, so I am back at the same hedge. But instead of that, I have went the complete other direction. I have invested from the $6,000 I have sold. I have put not about $1,000 in it just in case, or $2,000, but instead I went $5,000 in. That means I was greedy and I was not anymore aiming to hedge, but instead I was aiming to profit from the move of Gala Games, because I was believing it's so low, it probably still has a 40x potential from this part. If it makes its move, worst case scenario, it's 5x of the funds. And by that, my brains were thinking, you know what, 5,000 going to 25,000, worst case scenario, or $5,000 going best case scenario to about times 40. And that meant 40 times $5,000, you can already make the math. It's 200,000 grand. So my intentions were illicit. They were not anymore about hedging. So I have the moral responsibility to tell you what happened. And by that, I have deceived the entire world. I have deceived you. And my aim was to steal based on the knowledge, deceive people, scam people with the logic I know, because I know that they are conditioned within a society of workers like myself, having mirror neurons, incapable to know that they are mimicking. If you don't know that you have mirror neurons, if no one told you about it, how can we expect you to know about it? We hide that in order to divide. We need to make sure you are not aware of mirror neurons, you are not aware of your interconnected nature, that we are all one and eternally come back, bacteria, insect, animals, and then back reasoners. And by that, you will never consider the ripple impacts of your actions. Because what are those actions? If we mimic today's values, then as a bacteria, what will happen? We will be sprayed to death. What will happen then next? Once we are coming back now as an insect, we will be crushed to death. That's again fear. Then once we are returning as animals, what will happen? We will be hunted. Then we will be skinned alive because leather needs to be beautiful. We don't like any bullets or holes in it, so skin the animal alive. And then after that, unalive them because we want luxury consumption. And it's just very amazing to show the world, look how amazing my food looks today. And then once we return back as reasoners, what is going to happen? The obvious. What we all have experienced. Silence the child, your knowledge means nothing, who are you, provide me titles, you are here to serve, punishment whenever you try to ask why or how questions, total obedience, and whenever you follow another shepherd because of the way we have created from you an obedient person, or you have mimicked the way you have been taught, violence is the way, going to school to mimic that to another one, suddenly you are the bad guy and you will be back punished. A reality of deception. Then after that, conditioning to make us prove our word because we will be so disconnected, and so the other only path left will be what? Fear-based, survival-based, oppression. People will not be happy and everyone will know no one is truly, sincerely there in their life. And so that is what they keep away. These three parts, if it's kept away from the populace, then you can control them. That's the moment you will seek validation to be enough, not understanding this entire reality is yours. So to everyone watching that, yes, if you have lost today money through Dash, probably it's me that have scammed you. Probably the money in my possession, the profits, are actually your losses. And you are right to be furious. You shouldn't deserve to be scammed, yet I have deceived you without I even needed to look or find you or know your name, or you know my name, or ever talking to you. But look how I have done it. By aligning with logic, understanding that this is a fixed protocol. And what did I do? Instead of addressing the issues and starving morally, as it's me that has caused this ripple of deception in my past lives, now to flourish, and I am just witnessing the pain I have caused myself, to all of us, to all of you. So this is theft, this is deception, this is abuse of the tree of knowledge. And I do not want anyone to mimic that behavior. Be better than me. You are much better than me. I am a loser, a deceiver, just fearful for starvation. That's why I have committed 'Tis grave sin, and nothing can justify it, no matter what the excuses are. Sorry for this act, and yes, you are correct to call me out as a hypocrite, as a thief, as a scam artist, because this was not meant to be. And why did I do it? Because the lives right now, depending on me, becomes huge. And they do not know about the financial situation I am in. They believe that money still keeps running. It is not because I still understand how the market operates that I am still actively using that knowledge. All I have done was the trades that I was still in, making sure I would just cash out the funds, and I did not even was looking to the market, as I knew that those coins only are popping up at the end of the road whenever they try to create the deception of the bear market. By that, I am calling out the deception, the lies, the manipulations that are going to happen. Bitcoin is entering the phase of what? Why are people cashing money through systems created to make you confused who is truly selling? Because they are preparing for the bear markets. This is where the real profits will happen. Cost of mining is unchanged since when? Since 2024. So that means the cost is still hovering around $40,000 and $60,000 on average. That means $50,000 levels. In order to avoid miners from selling, the price has to be underneath that cost. And that means the price will decline within 2 months from today. Hell will start breaking on this earth. The financial crash of Bitcoin. Everything will destroy. People that have money, you will be stolen. They will scam you. Your money will be gone. So be aware. Whoever right now is neglecting the fact that the cash out phase has been started, privacy coins are not an amazing or happy tool to see popping up. It just means the real end has been called out. And if you do not understand that, they are using reason to deceive you. Remember that the next Bitcoin halving is in 2028. Only by then the price is shifting from a cost of mining that hovers between $40,000 and $60,000 today to about $160,000 and $200,000 by then, unless if AI creates tools to lower that cost increasingly. As of right now, the cost of mining will quadruple. Why? Because every 4 years we have a Bitcoin halving. The supply is getting cut into while the difficulty degree is getting turned back twice up. That is a 4 times increase in total cost. If you do not align with reason, you will be fooled, because Bitcoin's message is simple. Do not let lies deceive you, because every 2 years you will see the liars, and every 2 years after that you will see again who was lying to you. Because at the start we have not the time to show you. We are forecasting ripple aware reasoning. That is not called prophecy, it is called reasoning. But the people that want you to believe in prophecies, they are asking you, wait on a shepherd that will rise from the skies to save the day. Because they want to abuse your mind. As long as you do not understand its reasoning you must follow, they are capable to play with your games like I have committed today, stealing $6,000 just out of thin air without the need to even knowing you, just understanding how you operate and why you will behave in the way you obviously do. Because you were conditioned to act that way. No sin carries to you. You are free of every sin. And please remember, whatever your struggles are today, we are going to return back to the world of truth, to the world of love, to the world of unity. But remember what is playing out right now. Look around you. This all is happening only because we did not appreciate it, to understand and stick with the knowledge of reason. Any deviation from that reasoning will cause us to misunderstand who we are and who you are. And by that, I will not be able to recognize myself in you, and neither will you recognize yourself in me. And by that moment, we are competitors fighting a game that is already meant to hurt both of us, because both of us return back without a memory, and we will complain about what is happening to us. Unaware it's us that have sowed this in our past lives and now are simply not happy with what we have reaped. So let's change what we have sown and keep remembering forever. Do never disalign with truth from reason. If only one starts, the ripple will be rippled out. And unfortunately, this means we are losing out. We are losing money. We are losing true money. Because what is profit? Profit is a structure that will cause every one of us to recognize ourselves in each other, heal our insecurities, and by that, peace is possible and love will flourish. And I hope you will never forget that. So remember, the truth above all. Use reasoning at all times, because without reasoning, there is nothing worthy of living. I love you, and I am sorry for everyone I have deceived today. I love you, and I hope we will hear your voice, because this world can only start adjusting when you begin.